Welcome student to my YouTube channel Bharat Chem Study. Today we are going to study about chapter Biomolecules for plus 2 class. In this video part 2 we are going to study about amino acids, Zwitter ion formation, peptides, peptide linkage, proteins and its types and denaturation of proteins. So let's start with the topics. Amino acids. Amino acids are organic compounds containing both an amino group and an carboxylic group. They are represented by the general formula like this. So amino acid contain carboxylic acid as well as amino group in them. The amino group may attach to any carbon of alkyl group other than carbon of carboxylic acid. They are referred as alpha, beta or gamma amino acids depending upon whether the amino group is attached to alpha, beta or gamma carbon atom from carboxylic acid. Means when carboxylic group is present in a compound, the next carbon after carboxylic acid is called alpha carbon atom and second carbon atom after carboxylic acid is called beta carbon atom and the third carbon after carboxylic acid is called gamma carbon atom. So if amino group is present on alpha carbon atom, it is called alpha amino acid. If the amino group is present on the beta carbon atom, then it is called beta amino acid, and if it is present on gamma carbon atom, it is called gamma amino acid. Note, the amino acids which are synthesized by our body are called non-essential amino acids. For example, alanine, aspartic acid. While those amino acids which our body fail to synthesize are called essential amino acids and are required in our diet. For example, valine and leucine are essential amino acids. Question: explain the amphoteric character of amino acids. This is an important question. So the amino acid exists as a dipolar ion called Zwitter ion. It has positive as well as negative ion within the same molecule, and in it a proton goes from carboxylic acid to amino group. As a result, the amino group becomes NH3 positive and the carboxylic group COO negative. This is called Zwitter ion, which contain positive as well as negative end. When an acid is added to this amino acid, due to the formation of Zwitter ion, the COO negative group accept or gain a proton from an acid and therefore act as a base. But when an alkali is added to amino acid, the NH3 positive group, that is positive end, will release a proton to the alkali and therefore show acidic character, and this acidic character of amino acid is due to NH3 positive group. So due to presence of this negative and positive ion in amino acid due to the formation of Zwitter ion, amino acid show amphoteric character, that is it is behave an acid as well as base, and this show that amino acid has amphoteric character. Next question: the amino acids may be acidic, alkaline or neutral. How does this happen? Answer is that amino acids are classified as acidic, alkaline or neutral depending upon the number of amino group and carboxylic groups in their molecule. Equal number of amino group and carboxylic groups present in an amino acid make it neutral. If the amino groups are more than the carboxylic groups, then the amino acid is basic, while if the carboxylic groups are more, then the amino acid may be acidic. Isoelectric point: the intermediate pH at which the amino acids show no tendency to migrate towards any of the electrodes when placed in an electric field is called isoelectric point. This is an important definition. Peptides. Peptides are the compound formed by the condensation of two or more amino acids with the elimination of water molecule. Peptide linkage. When the carboxylic group of one amino acid and the amino group of other amino acid get condensed with the elimination of water molecule, the resulting CONH linkage is called peptide linkage, as shown here. The amino group of one amino acid and the carboxylic group of another amino acids get attached with each other with the elimination of water molecule, and then the linkage CONH is called the peptide linkage. When two amino acids are condensed through peptide linkage, it is called dipeptide. For three, it is called tripeptide. If a large number of alpha amino acids, 100 or thousands, are joined by peptide bonds, the resulting product is called polypeptides. Peptides having molecular mass 10,000 is called polypeptide, while a polypeptide having molecular mass more than 10,000 is called protein. Now proteins. Proteins are complex nitrogenous molecules which are polypeptides of molecular mass more than 10,000 and are essential for the growth and maintenance of life. Now classification or types of proteins on the basis of molecular structure or composition. First, these types of proteins consist of linear thread-like molecules which tend to lie side by side to form fibers. The molecules of fibrous proteins are held together at many points by hydrogen bonds. These proteins are usually insoluble in water and constitutes the structure material of animal tissues. For example, keratin in nails and fibrion in silk is example of fibrous protein. Next type is globular protein. In this type of protein, the molecules of polypeptides are folded into compact units forming spheroidal shapes. The peptide chains are also held by hydrogen bonds but comparatively weak as compared to fibrous protein. These are soluble in water or aqueous solutions of acid, bases or salt. For example, enzymes, hormones such as insulin are globular protein. Denaturation, the process that changes the physical and the biological activity of protein without affecting the chemical composition of proteins, is called denaturation. For example, the coagulation of milk to form cheese in the presence of small acid is an example of denaturation of protein. Note, due to denaturation, the protein molecules uncoils from an ordered conformation into more random conformation. Now question arises, where does the water of the egg go after boiling? The answer is that when egg is boiled, the water present in the egg used in the denaturation of protein through hydrogen bonding and the globular protein in the egg is converted into fibrous protein. Now primary structure of proteins. The sequence in which the amino acids are linked in one or more polypeptide chains of a protein is called primary structure of protein. The importance of the primary structure lies in the fact that even a change in one amino acid in the sequence of protein change drastically the biological properties of protein. This is the primary structure of protein. There is no need to draw the structure because structures are not coming in our exam. Only the elementary idea of proteins is there. For example, in hemoglobin, which is a protein which is present in blood, replacement of one amino acid like glutamic acid with valine result in defective hemoglobin found in patients suffering from sickle cell anemia. So normal hemoglobin having these amino acids present in them. If any of these amino acid changes, then the hemoglobin becomes defective. For example, if one of GLU group, that is glutamic acid, in the normal hemoglobin get changed by valine, then the hemoglobin get defective. This is the importance of primary structure of protein. Now secondary structure of protein, it gives the manner in which the polypeptide chains are folded or arranged, therefore give the shape or conformation of the protein molecule. The secondary structure of protein is shown as like this. The folding of a long, flexible linear polypeptide chain into a specific coiled structure as a consequence of intermolecular hydrogen bonding is called secondary structure of protein. This structure is stabilized by hydrogen bonding between the CO and NH group of peptide bonds as shown here. These are the hydrogen bonds which make the secondary structure of protein stable. Now tertiary structure of protein. The tertiary structure arises due to folding, coiling and bending of polypeptide chains producing three-dimensional structure. So in tertiary structure, the polypeptide chain get folded, coiled and get bended, which give rise to tertiary structure of protein as shown in the figure. This structure gives the overall shape of protein. Remember students, drawing of structure is not coming in your exam, only the elementary idea that how the primary structure is different from secondary structure and how the secondary structure is different from tertiary structure of protein is coming. Study the definition structures based on the topics discussed in this video. In next video, we will study the next part of the chapter. Please like and subscribe the channel for the latest update. Thank you.